In 1958, as the winds of change swept across Africa, one man dared to speak words that shook the French Empire. His name was Sékou Touré, a trade unionist, poet, and freedom fighter from Guinea. When France offered its colonies a choice, join our new French community or choose independence, almost every African leader hesitated. But Touré did not. He stood before the world and declared, "We prefer poverty in freedom to riches in slavery." That single sentence would change history and make Guinea the first French colony to say no to empire. In 1958, French President Charles de Gaulle toured Africa, asking each colony to vote, remain tied to France, or become independent and lose all French support. To most, the choice was impossible. France controlled the schools, the economy, the military, even the railways. Breaking free meant losing everything overnight. But in Guinea, Sékou Touré had already united his people through his movement, the Rassemblement Démocratique Africain, RDA. He believed that freedom was not a gift, it was a right. The future of our children, he said, cannot depend on the mercy of another nation. On September 28, 1958, Guinea voted. The result was overwhelming. Over 95% said no to continued French rule. De Gaulle was stunned. No other colony dared defy France. And so, France struck back. Within weeks, they withdrew every teacher, doctor, and technician. They destroyed files, sabotaged factories, and stripped officers bare. Guinea was left in darkness, its new nation born in isolation. Guinea had chosen freedom, but freedom came at a price. The streets were silent. The banks were empty. Even the light bulbs in government buildings had been taken by the departing French. Yet, Sékou Touré stood firm. He called upon his people to rebuild their country with their own hands. He formed new schools, invited African teachers, and reached out to nations like Ghana, Egypt, and the Soviet Union for support. "Our dignity," he said, "is not for sale." Guinea became a symbol, proof that Africa could stand on its own feet. Touré's defiance echoed far beyond Guinea. In Dakar, Bamako, Abidjan, and Brazzaville, whispers began. If Guinea can be free, why not us? One by one, French colonies began demanding independence. By 1960, almost all of them were free. Guinea had lit the fire. But independence was not without struggle. Touré's leadership grew harsh over time. Paranoia and isolation marked his later years. Yet his courage in 1958 remains one of Africa's proudest moments of defiance. Sékou Touré died in 1984, but his words still echo through the hills of Conakry. Freedom has no price. It is the breath of life itself. Guinea's struggle reminds the world that independence is not born of comfort, but of courage, the courage to stand alone when the world expects you to kneel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more true African freedom stories.